You know what I love? Pokemon. You know what else I love? Fossils. Which is why I also really love fossil Pokemon. The games already have a bunch of dinosaur-like kaiju, so having some more based on real prehistoric animals is always a fun time. Which begs the question, when Winds and Waves comes out next year, will they have fossil Pokemon? There are no guarantees that we will get a new set of fossil Pokemon, but most games do have them. Of the 9 currently released generations, only 3 don't have their own dedicated fossils: Johto, Alola, and Paldea. If Generation 10 has new fossil Pokemon, what will we get? Because there are some interesting options. While we have no hard confirmation as of yet, it seems highly likely that Pokemon Winds and Waves' currently unnamed region is based on Indonesia and the Philippines. That's actually a really interesting part of the world, geologically and ecologically speaking. Now, I'm not an expert by any means, but from my rough understanding, this part of the world is located between 4 separate plates, 2 oceanic and 2 continental. This weird geologic zone ultimately means that the land is relatively new, only a handful of millions of years old. That means, unfortunately, no dinosaurs. The land was almost always covered in ocean water. There are some fun fossils that can be found in the region though, one of which I think has a very decent shot of becoming a Pokemon. A little something known as the Megalodon. This giant honkin' shark seems like an ideal candidate for a Pokemon, but honestly, it is so big it might just be better as a legendary Pokemon. We also already do have multiple rock and water type fossils. Now that's not necessarily a deal breaker for a fossil Pokemon, but I'd certainly be a bit disappointed at finding, another one. In terms of another prehistoric animal to pair it with, I suggest the giant land tortoise. These have been found throughout the region, and as there are plenty of other turtles in the Pokemon series, I think there's some really fun typing options that could be explored to make it a bit more unique. Perhaps an electric one, to make one Pokemon that represents the sea and one that could represent the sky. Because, winds and waves.